Right Honourable Speaker, it's my privilege as a Member of Parliament to have an opportunity to convince my colleagues and persuade them to understand the way I understand given the opportunity. Right Honourable Speaker, in the last parliamentary sitting, has to listen to me.
Honorable Aisha, no has been disturbing me.
Right Honourable Speaker, I was bringing it to your attention that it is my privilege as a Member of Parliament to have an opportunity to attend sittings and deliberate on issues on behalf of my people. But the last parliamentary sitting, Right Honourable Speaker, I was carried out of house in a very brutal way. My dress was torn. I was actually stripped. Right Honourable Speaker, you've been just spoken about gender violence. I would like to tell you that the way I was carried is dehumanizing, because at one point I was actually being carried by men out of this house. I was denied the opportunity to represent my people. At that point, I want to describe, at one point, men carried me one leg on the right, another leg on the left, just spreading my legs. My dress was completely torn. Right Honourable Speaker, when I was thrown out of that house, the door behind you, I was actually carried what they described to be jack by the jack. It's easy to carry a man by the jack. Carrying by the jack is holding someone by the pants. But carrying a woman by the pants, Right Honourable Speaker, you know what it feels like. Right Honourable Speaker, two things. Number one, I was denied the opportunity to stay in the house and represent my people. Two, my people were disenfranchised. I should have been here to speak for my people. 100,000 people from Butambala were disenfranchised. You may not have known, it's not only me who was taken out of this house without your directive, because even Honourable Charles from Procedural, who had not been suspended from this house, was also carried out, so his people were equally disenfranchised. Right Honourable Speaker, the point of privilege number one I'm raising is I'm wondering why I was denied the opportunity to represent my people in this house at the time when they needed my voice most. Number two, Right Honourable Speaker, my dress was torn, and I want to lay on table for purposes of investigation. Right Honourable Speaker, you've been speaking about gender violence. We must walk the talk. We should not only talk about things that we're unable to do. This dress had been bought that day when I was coming to Parliament. I was coming from the constituency, and I didn't have time to go to my home to dress up. I quickly went to the shops to buy something. This tearing is at the breast part, at the breast part. If someone tears a dress at the breast part, by this time you can wonder where my breasts were. A Muslim woman who covers herself and only leaves out the face and the palm. This dress was also torn from the lower part up this point. All the thighs were spread out. Right Honourable Speaker, why I want to lay this on table is for you to direct an investigation on who are the people that laid hands on me in a way that was so dehumanizing. For a Member of Parliament, not outside Parliament, but in this august house. With your permission, Right Honourable Speaker, I beg to lay my dress.
First, don't lay it, because I'm not. Honourable members, I made a statement in the last sitting that I did suspend members, and when I suspended the members, I did not order for any arrest of any person. I suspended the members, they left, and what Honourable Aisha can do is to bring a substantive motion to that effect on what happened that day. You don't have to lay because you need a substantive motion on that. And as I said the other time, I left the chambers, and I'm happy you know that I left the chambers. I came back. I don't know what happened.
Right on, but Speaker, I don't know what the motion would speak to. I only pray that your office investigates on who else rules this parliament other than the rules and yourself.
That is exactly what the motion should say. That there should be an investigation to what happened. It is simple, Hajat. Bring a motion.
Okay.
Madam Speaker, that 2 days ago, Honorable Odero Were, the Member of Parliament for Samagwe South, got a terrible accident and one person died. Madam Speaker, I've rose to appreciate you that we called you at the time that we wanted help and you really...
He's on procedure. No, he's on procedure.
I am on the procedure, madam. And so, I really want to thank you on behalf of the people of Busia District and the people of Uganda. And this, Madam Speaker, calls government to see that it must take attention on our roads. The state of roads are very, very bad. This morning I passed in Mavira, it was...
Hajat, first of all, before you go ahead, Hajat, I feel what you feel, and I must say, whatever happened to you, we are with you as women.
Thank you so much.
We are with you as women, and whatever happened, I don't know who did it, but I must say, sorry for whatever happened, but as a woman, I feel what you feel.
Right, Honorable Speaker, thank you so much.
As I summarize our still on floor.
Macho.
Going to also sympathize with Hajat. And it says that we are in the month of gender-based violence. The rights of women of this country must be respected in case it happened. Because the mother of a nation is through the foundation of every country. I really want to thank you also. At the same time, I see our parliament has changed. It looks like a House of Lords. This makes Uganda as a country very proud. And thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Lord.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. I love the fact that my brother, the government chief whip, talks of playing by the rules, which is really a very good thing. I hope it's not rendering lip service to it. Right Honorable Speaker, in the House plenary, during the third session of the second meeting, particularly on Tuesday, 5th December 2023, the House debated and considered matters relating to a response by the leader of the opposition on the subject matter of alleged enforced disappearance of persons. And from that debate, the House took 4 resolutions, Right Honourable Speaker, to wit, that the House Committee on Human Rights and Defense, with that of Defense and Internal Affairs, investigates the violation of human rights in the various fishing communities across the country and report to the House. 2, that the Land Attorney General reports to the House in 30 days then on the listed political prisoners and their continued detention without trial. 3, that the Minister of Internal Affairs reports to Parliament on the progress of reported fresh investigations on the missing 18 persons, Right Honourable Speaker. And 4, that the Human Rights Commission will reinvestigate the matter of missing persons. Right Honourable Speaker, 2 issues from my procedure matter. 1, that on issue 3, issue 2, the government, by prerogative of the President, released some political prisoners. I will not go into the nature of condition thereof, because as a lawyer, that is a new precedent in our jurisprudence. But 3, The Minister of Internal Affairs was supposed to make a report because they committed that they are investigating the 18 missing persons. It is 26th December 2024, right, Honourable Speaker. There is no report on the missing persons. So November, right, Honourable Speaker, I beg your pardon. There is no report. But the persons are still missing, right, Honourable Speaker. The denial was debunked because I provided evidence of the existence and the abduction, right, Honourable Speaker. May we get your guidance where the government vacated their former position and they are no longer the government, that we can seek answers from another entity, right, Honourable Speaker.
Right, Honourable Speaker, we need to cross-check the records, first of all, to affirm the decision of the House, and if we come to the conclusion that there are those areas where we have not responded, we will call upon the respective sector ministers to respond. But I remember vividly this subject matter being debated time and again, and to the best of my knowledge, we almost came to a conclusive end of this subject matter. But we shall look at the record. If the 4 decisions were the decisions of the House, I am happy that under 2 and 3 you are saying some action has been taken. We must also applaud His Excellency the President, because upon conviction he exercised the prerogative of mercy and granted the mercy to the convicts. So that is also something that we need to applaud him for that, because it is constitutional and he has exercised that right. So, Right Honourable Speaker, we will look through the record, but we deliberated on this subject matter, in my humble opinion, to its logical conclusion. Maybe if it is the House committees to report, then let them report on their findings.
Right Honourable Speaker, I was quoting the answer verbatim. Therefore, my honourable brother lost his record, and I'm surprised that he did not have record of what happened. And I resisted from debating the manner of release of the former prisoners, because I don't want him to sound into matters of law and how they were convicted. But particularly on the missing 18, right, Honourable Speaker, you don't have to have a bigger memory to remember that actually they are still missing, and that there was commitment to report on their missing. Probably the minister will have to recap, and there should be a timeline in the immediacy for him to respond. It was the Minister of Internal Affairs who was supposed to report. Now that he's coming on Tuesday with a statement, right, Honourable Speaker, now that he's coming on Tuesday, may it please you that you order the Minister of Internal Affairs to come with both statements, right, Honourable Speaker. This was a debate on the 5th of December 2023. Thank you, Honourable Speaker.
Procedure.
Madam Speaker, media last week on the utterance CPP as with our genitalia. There are words I cannot say here for the record, not even to capture. He said, okay, he described the DPP with our genitalia and referring it to our ethnicity. He added that she is a pumpkin. Right, Honourable Speaker, myself and all my colleagues from the region, from Karamoja, and all the people, and all
it
the
is
women.
not about a person from Karamoja. Every woman in
Has
this
it.
country.
Every woman has it. Right, Honourable Speaker. It is important that this Parliament pronounces itself before the practice of describing women with their genitalia becomes a normal in our country. It is important that this Parliament condemns it, so that the Law Council
Honourable members, listen.
Right, Honourable Speaker, the members are saying they did not watch the audio, and they are saying it is rumors. The President of Uganda Law Society, in describing the person
person of the DPP.
I don't think you'd love your children out there to hear what was said. Honorable members, Honorable Nakut, can you finish?
Right Honorable Speaker.
On a procedure?
I'm on procedural matter, and he's a senior member of the House. He knows that when someone is on a procedural matter, you don't put an order. He is a senior member. Right Honorable Speaker, let this House pronounce itself on this matter. The President of Uganda Law Society cannot be left to say anything he wishes concerning the person of the DPP or a woman in Uganda.
Honorable members, I am aware of the remarks that were said. I am aware of the remarks that were said by the President of the Law Society. The Law Society is established under the Act of Parliament. The Uganda Law Society under CAP 276, Part 4, establishes a council and prescribes its powers. This matter can be better dealt with by the council that is established under that act. However, we ought to respect each other. We ought to respect each other. The woman you are abusing today, is either your mother, your wife, your daughter, your mother-in-law. So abusing a woman's private parts that you used to come out from is very bad. Next item. Is somebody of a high caliber. Next item.
Item 4 on the order paper. Bills. Right, Honorable Speaker, I can see you have clearly opened a can of worms. However, I wanted to remind government, not on this issue, the can of worms that's been opened. The government chief whip has come and said that the issue of political prisoners and missing persons and the like came to an end. I just wanted to remind him, not long ago, when the Honorable Balaam Barugara was sworn in, he asked for a retabling of that list. And that time I told him that list was presented to the Prime Minister, it's even in the Library of Parliament. He said, you bring again. I said, okay. He might not know how we operate. Let me get him another list. And he promised to give an update to this House. He should probably come and give an update to this House and tell us that, no, what I did was to go convince these people, just accept, and then you'll be freed. And then he should also give us an update on the likes of John Bosco Chibalama, whom the Prime Minister considered and said he was arrested by the state. So government needs to know that this matter did not end, because you promised through one of your ministers, Honorable Balaam, to give an update to this House. We still want that update on the political prisoners and on the missing persons. So it has not ended, Honorable Boa. We are waiting for that update.
It will come, it will come. Next item. A letter from the Minister of State for Internal Affairs, General David Mohosi,